Hi my loves, welcome to the mat. My name is Bethany and I am the Yogi Witch. If you are new to my channel, then welcome to the chaos. If you are a regular soul that practices with me, then welcome back, my darling. So today we are going to unblock the heart chakra. We are going to release any emotions that have been weighing us down or keeping us in an unhealthy place as we explore our back bend. So this is a half an hour vinyasa yoga flow, and in today's flow we are going to explore peak poses such as chair pose, such as our humble warrior, our warrior two, and our wheel pose, one of my favorite poses of all time. So you're going to get yourself sorted, maybe grab yourself a drink of water, find yourself a nice little space that you can play around, and when you're ready, my darlings, I will meet you back here so we can get flowing. Okay, so to begin with, my darling, you're going to come straight away into your child's pose. So bringing these big toes together, allow these knees to open wide. And from here, you're just going to slide those hands forward. So we're going to make a bit of an active child's pose today by pressing into those hands to lift the elbows onto the mat. From here, the forehead is going to come low. And you're going to take a beautiful, nourishing inhale through the nose. And a slow exhale all the way out. Leaving behind any worries, any stresses of the day, or anything that's going on in your life as you come to the mat, looking for peace, dedicating some time to you and your well-being. So imagine with each exhale you take, you're releasing a little bit more weight off those shoulders. And we're going to stay here for 10 more breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. So maybe you start to massage the space between the eyebrows, massaging away that tension, that stress. Keeping those elbows lifted, sinking the hips a little bit closer to those heels. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, very slowly rolling the hands back to the knees and lifting the chest up. We're going to move to our hero's pose, so bringing these knees together, and it's your choice. You can keep those toes untucked, or maybe you tuck them under to get a bit of more of an intense stretch. But from here, we're going to roll back those shoulders, hands come into the lap, and we're just going to take a few neck rolls. So bring in the chin to the chest, take those half moon circles by rolling it to one chin or shoulder, rolling it to the other. And taking this movement from side to side a couple more times. Maybe creating a full moon by taking this chin all the way up to the sky. Taking it in one direction and taking it in the other. And then from here, you're going to roll back those shoulders. If those toes are untucked, you're going to tuck them under here. Taking the fingertips together, we're going to interlock to open the chest. Inhale, take the gaze to the sky. Maybe going so far that those hands reach down to the mat beside you. Pop that chest forward, take the head back as we inhale. On our exhale, engage this core. And we're going to forward fold here, bringing the top of the head into the mat. And those hands are going to come as far over the shoulders, feels comfortable. Holding here for 2 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. Before we untuck those toes here, slide the hips back to the heels. And then when you're ready, you're going to take the hands wide. We're just going to keep a couple of child pose to chaturanga movement. So from here, we press into the hands, sending them forward, and we roll halfway lift off the mat, chaturanga. Yes, and then push into those hands. Drop the hips back to the heels. 3 more times. Press into the hands. Roll the body, chaturanga. And then taking it all the way back. 3 more times. Bringing it forwards. Halfway lift. Yes, send it back. Starting to feel that fire in your arms. Lifting it up and chaturanga for 2. Press into those hands, take it back. Lifting 1 more time. And then tuck those toes. When you move back straight away, come to your down dog and start to pedal out these legs. So bending one knee, bending another, giving those hips a little bit of a wiggle here. Maybe nodding the head, yes, shaking it, no, anything that feels good to you, my loves. And then from here, you're going to walk these legs together, really bending those knees. And from here, those knees shine over to the right-hand side, hip bones come over to the left. Inhale into the center, knees come over to the left, hip bones over to the right. Beautiful, into the center. From here, you're going to gaze between those hands, into the center. And from here, we're going to bring those big toes to touch. On our inhale, we sweep the right leg to the sky, bend this knee off, split dog. Exhale to draw this knee into the chest, step this foot in between the thumbs, lower this back knee, all the way into the mat. Left hand stays down, right hand comes to the sky, move to your twist. And from here, we're going to begin to take some arm circles, so rolling this right arm in one direction, moving and taking it in the other. Yes, embracing all the clicks, all the cracks. And then from here, this right hand is going to come back to the mat on the inside of the right foot, and we're going to little tippy toes that right foot over to the side of your mat. So coming to your lizard pose, tucking the back toes, sink into those hips, keep the chest lifted. If you want to come a bit higher, you can move on to those fingertips. Maybe moving on to the side of the foot, depending how your body is feeling today. Holding here, 5 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. And yogi's choice, you're welcome to go even further by maybe bending this back leg, reaching around to find the foot and open up this heart. Luna, you are very naughty. Taking a deep inhale. Yes, on your exhale, release the left foot to the mat, right hand comes down. And we're going to bring this right foot back to the mat if you had it pivot on the side. And we're going to play around here. So tuck in the back toes, lift all the way up. If it's available, you can step to your malasana pose. So coming to your yogi squat, sitting those hips nice and low. Maybe taking a few hip movements from side to side. Modifying any way you need with a bolster or a block before these hands come to heart center. Open up the chest. It's a deep pose, deep hip opener. So keep this chest lifted as we inhale. And on your exhale, hands come to the mat. Lift these hip bones to the sky. Move on to those tippy toes. A deep little stretch for those hamstrings. And then release the heels to 4, heel toe, to your forward fold. Using your index finger and middle finger, you're going to grab those big toes as we inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to bend those knees and forward fold. So those wrists stay stacked on top of those big toes. Bend those elbows to the side. We're starting to pivot a little bit of weight onto your toes as you draw the heels down to come deeper into this pose. Two more breaths here. Beautiful. Before we inhale to gaze forward, move on to those fingertips. And on your exhale, bend the knees. You're going to find the hands behind the back, interlock these fingers as we inhale to lift this chest. So coming into a bit of a modified chair pose. So we're still sitting back into that chair, but we're moving to a bit of a back bend. So lift this chest up. Take the gaze high for 5. It's a deep pose. You've got this for 4. For 3. Sit low. For 2. And for 1, extend the legs. Let those hands float as far overhead as feels comfortable. Oh, the chaos. On your inhale, you gaze forwards, release those hands. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat. Step back one leg, step back another, and we're going to roll through our vinyasa. So knees up, knees down, it's completely your choice. The inhale to lift this chest. Exhale, back to down dog. Let's take this movement again. So bringing these legs together. This time we're going to bend those knees over to the left-hand side. Hip bones come over to the right. Staying on those tippy toes. See how low you can go. Inhale into the center. Hip bones come over to the left. Knees come over to the right. Inhale into the center. Come back to your down dog. And from here, we're going to bring the big toes together. We sweep this left leg to the sky. Bend the knee off, split dog, open the hips. As we inhale, exhale, draw this knee into the chest, step it between those thumbs. Lower the back leg all the way down. Right hand stays to the mat. Inhale, left arm comes to the sky, move to this twist. And then from here, begin to take some circles. So rolling this arm in one direction. Rolling it in another. Embracing any clicks or cracks. Recognizing if one arm is a little bit more stiff than the other. And then once again, we inhale back to our twist. Exhale, place the right left hand into the mat. I'm going to walk to our lizard pose on the left-hand side. Untucking those back toes, lift this chest, and maybe you move on to the side of the foot if it's available today. But keep this chest lifted. 5 breaths here. If you'd like to intensify this pose, you can bend that back leg, maybe reaching round to find the foot, open the spine for 4. For 3. For 2. For 1, gently release that back foot. Left hand comes to the mat, pivot back on to the base of the foot. And when you're ready, we're going to step to Malasana once more. So lift this back foot up, step all the way forwards, maybe taking a few movements from side to wiggle yourself into your Malasana. So Malasana is a deep and intense hip stretch. So if it's not available today, that's okay. Come to your forward fold or to that wide leg stretch. But when you're ready, sitting back in your Malasana pose for 4 more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. For 3, for 2, and for 1, hands come to the mat. Inhale to come on to those tippy toes. A beautiful little leg stretch here, so forward folding as far as you can go. Yes, and then release the heels down, heel toe to your forward fold. Index finger, middle finger, find the big toes. As you inhale, gaze forwards. Exhale, bend the elbows and move to your forward fold, keeping those wrists stacked over the big toes. Working with your exhales, so find a little bit more space every time you breathe out. Holding here, 2 more breaths, my loves. And then when you're ready, we inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, find the hands behind the back, interlock the chest. Let's sit to this chair pose, so this little back bend. Open the heart, sit low for 5. For 4. For 3, open this heart. For 2. And for 1, extend the legs, forward fold. Those hands float as far overhead as it feels comfortable. Not forcing them to go there, just work with your space. On your inhale, release those hands as you gaze forwards. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back 1 leg, step back another, and roll through your vinyasa. Knees up, knees down, it's your choice. But inhale to upward dog. Exhale, tuck those toes, move back briefly to your down dog, and it's your choice here, my loves. You're welcome to stay in down dog for 5 breaths or for 10 breaths in your resting pose, or you can drop those knees, bring the big toes together and settle into your child's pose, whichever pose is suiting you and your energy today. And if you're in your child's pose, just let those arms hang heavy for a moment. Find a bit of space, find a bit of peace. Getting back in control of that heart rate, in control of that breath. Remember, this is your pranayama, this is your magic. Wherever you are, take a beautiful inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, press into those hands to roll the body back to your tabletop. Tuck those toes and let's meet in our down dog. And then from here, we're going to bring these big toes to touch once more. On our inhale, we sweep the right leg to the sky, bend the knee off, split dog. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, draw this knee into the chest. Step it between the hands from here. The left hand stays down. Right hand comes all the way to the sky. Keep this back leg lifted. Keep it activated as we move to our twist. And then from here, we're going to pivot on that back foot. Right hand now comes on the inside of this right foot as we inhale, left arm comes to the sky. So moving to a modified side angle. If this isn't available for you, then you can rest this right elbow on the right knee. But holding here for a few more moments, in through the nose and out through the nose. Don't let this back leg drop. Press into the heel to keep you strong. When you're ready, engage this core. Roll, warrior two. So maybe shuffling this front foot forward a little bit, sinking into these hips, feeling strong, feeling lifted. Belly button comes in and up the ribs as you roll back the shoulders to find length. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, find those fingertips behind the back, pop the chest open, and we forward fold to humble warrior. So this right shoulder brushes against the inside of the right knee. Holding here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Use these hands to draw the body all the way back. Extend the front leg. Bring both feet parallel. Hands stay exactly where they are as we inhale to open up the chest. Exhale to forward fold. So moving to our wide leg forward fold now. Seeing the space that we have, arms stay exactly where they are. Shoulder opener. Pivoting your way onto your tippy toes. Keep it strong. Beautiful. On your inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, release the hands. Bend those knees, lift the body up. Heels come in, sweep those hands to sky. Move to goddess pose. So sit low here for 5. Sit low for 4. Sit low for 3. For 2. And for 1. From here, we frame this front foot, pivoting on the legs. Left hand stays down. Right hand comes to the sky into your twist. And then if you like, you can step to your wild thing. So stepping this right foot behind the left knee, we inhale to open this heart. Exhale to plank and roll through your vinyasa. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, bend the knees, hip bones come high, down dog. Feeling that heat, feeling that space, yes. When you're ready, my loves, we bring the big toes to touch. On your inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky, open the hips. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, step it between the thumbs. Right hand stays down, left hand comes to the sky, move back to that twist. We don't want to let this back knee just drop. We want to push into the heel, keep strong, keep steady. Knee faces down to the mat as we inhale. Exhale, left hand comes into the inside of this left foot or the elbow to the knee as we move to that side angle once more. Gaze up towards the thumb, holding here for 3. For 2. Yes, for 1. Roll into warrior 2. Maybe shuffling that front foot forward to sink into those hips. Lift up this chest, feeling strong, feeling proud. Remember, 1 hand in the future, 1 hand in the past, and the heart in the present moment. As we inhale. Exhale, find those fingers behind the back, pop the chest open, roll to humble warrior. Not letting this left knee drop, keep it strong, shine it forward as we inhale. Exhale, bring the body slowly up, both feet come parallel, mini back bend, hands stay where they are. Let's embrace this heat as we find our way to our wide leg forward fold. Once more, those hands come as far overhead as it feels comfortable to you. Beautiful. On your inhale, we gaze forward, slightly bend those knees, hands come to the hips, and then heels come in, sit low. Sit low to goddess pose. When you feel that burn, sit a centimetre lower. Sit a centimetre lower for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Oh my goodness, for 1. Hands come to frame that front foot. And from here, the right hand stays down, left hand comes to the sky. Your choice as before, you could stay in this twist, or maybe you find your way to your wild thing, opening up this heart, moving on to those tippy toes of the left foot. As we inhale, Exhale, find your way to plank and roll through your vinyasa. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale, tuck the toes. Let's say goodbye to our down dog here. So sending those hip bones high. Maybe pedaling one leg, pedaling the other. Before we take a deep inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, you can jump through, you can lower the knees, whatever's in your practice, just sending those legs forward and rolling immediately onto your back. Feeling this heat. Oh my goodness, my legs are burning. If you're joining me on the 30 Days of Yoga online course for January, then just before this, I filmed a 90-minute Ashtanga flow. And my legs are burning. So this was probably not the best ideas. And then from here, we're going to allow those knees to roll over to the right-hand side. Our gaze come over to the left. A little bit of a spinal twist here. Inhale, these knees come into the center. Exhale, allow them to fall to the left-hand side. Gaze comes over to the right. Inhale back into the center. From here, there are two choices. You might stay in your bridge pose today, maybe grabbing a block, maybe grabbing a bolster to support yourself. And that is absolutely fine. Always remembering that this is your practice, this is your energy. Or maybe you join me by coming into your wheel pose. If you want to come into your wheel pose, you're going to take those hands next to the ears so the fingertips are pointing into the shoulders. Feeling strong in those legs. Legs stay glued together as we take a deep inhale. On your exhale, press into the feet to lift the chest into the sky. Maybe moving on to those tippy toes, holding here for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that body down very slowly and bring the knees into the chest. Giving yourself a moment here, maybe taking a few rocks from side to side. And if you'd like to take that wheel pose a few more times, you are more than welcome to pause this video and keep practicing. Or if, like me, you're ready to cool out of this flow, then you're just going to find the outside edges of your feet and move to your happy baby. So we just don't want to lay here passive. We really want to push down into that lower spine, into the mat, drawing these feet closer to the shoulders. Not staying here too long. We just want to ease out that spine before we take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, feet come together, knees come together, lift the shoulders, lift the head, give yourself a well-deserved hug. Before you find your way to a full body stretch, so arms come overhead, pointing the fingers, pointing those toes. Yes. And then settling yourself in, to your Shavasana. So relaxing this body. Maybe grabbing a blanket, grabbing a pillow, coming into any pose that you'd like for your Shavasana. Never forgetting this is your energy, this is your practice. But when you're ready, you're going to take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, sigh it all the way out. And giving yourself a chance to relax, to reset, to restore. Just releasing any fire. Allow that spine to just relax. And as always, my darlings, if you'd like to stay in your Shavasana a little bit longer, then I invite you to do so. Sending love, sending magic. Or if you're ready to come out with me, you're going to bend one knee, bend another, and allow the body to roll to one side, keeping that head nice and heavy as you move to a comfortable seated pose. Rolling back the shoulders, hands come to prayer in the center of your chest. Take a deep inhale. And take a slow exhale. Give that body a little bit of a shuffle. Coming back into the room, blinking those eyes open. And thanking you for joining me on the mat today for this heart-opening back bend vinyasa flow. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram at The Yogi Witch. You can comment below. But we'll see you soon. Sending love and sending magic.